Blues fans, and welcome to the Blue Note Fan Report. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, your host on the show that is by a fan, for a fan, and most definitely about you, the fans. This is Season 2, Episode 29. I'm shooting it on December 20th. I was on Twitter today and looking at St. Louis Blues history, and that Twitter account has some really interesting stuff for this December 20th. In 1976, Hall of Famer Bernie Federko is called up for the first time. He ended up playing 3 games. Did not wear the number 24. Later called up again for the last time. On December 20th, there have been 3 hat tricks in Blues history. On December 20th, 1989, Brett Hull scored his 3rd career hat trick in a loss against the Blackhawks. On December 20th, 2000, the late, great Pavel Demitra scored his 2nd career hat trick against the Rangers. And then, on December 20th, 2016, David Perron scores his 1st career hat trick against the Stars. Kind of interesting. Along with that, I'm running a contest on the Hawaii Blues Fan Clan Facebook group. It's a pick'em contest. We're running it for the month of December. We've got some prizes to give away. We're working on making them a little better and seeing how many we're going to give away, but we got something to give away, something nice. In first place is Brian Goodert. He's got 14 points. He's tied with Nath, down under Nath with 14. In third is John Hefner with 12. Betty B, Mark A are tied for 4th with 11. And look down there in 6th place, little old the Hawaii Blues fan guy with 10 points. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming. Speaking of John Hefner, first of all, John, I want to say thank you so much. It was your idea about this contest. You started a test run, and then you've been running the contest. I know it takes you some time out of work. You do it during your breaks and things like that, and I really appreciate that. And I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you from all the clan. And not only that, a couple days ago, I get this message, or this letter, from Mr. Hefner. Got this note in it, and one of the neatest things he said in it is, Merry Christmas, Mother Effer. You know what? I appreciate that. That's a very great sentiment, John. Thank you so much. He also sent me this incredible hockey card. This is Bernie Federko, and I'm going to make sure that, I know you can't see it here, but I'll take a picture and put it up so you guys can see it. And then he sent me this glorious scratcher. Some bitch. Now, I have one, and I wasn't going to scratch it. But since he sent me this one, I will scratch this one. And I mentioned it in the last show, and I said I would do it on the show. Well, I know it will be very hard for you to see me scratch it, and it's going to be really even harder for me to hold the camera over. So I'm going to go ahead and scratch it and do it kind of quickly. Man, I haven't done a scratcher in a while.
Some bitch.
Let's see. The power play, it says even strength. So I didn't win there. So let's see what happens here. My winning numbers are... Trying to scratch this off quick enough and, not take too much time. So I'm looking for 29, 16, 15, 12, 14, or 26. I got a 31, 18, a 34, a 13, and a 20 in the first row. Well, this isn't looking too good, guys. 37, 39, a 7, a 21, and a 28. Boy, I am sucking. So in the final row of this wonderful scratcher, let's see, I can't even get the numbers right. I got a 33, negative. A 10, nope. A 40, nope. I got 2 left. 25, nope, close. And the final one is a 24. So I won a grand total of $0. But thank you, John. That was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me scratch this off. Now, throw that out of here, get rid of my coin. Woo! On the side. Okay, so now let's talk about that beautiful game that the Blues played against the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers came to town with the #1 power play in the league. Not only that, they had 4 power plays, or 5 power plays. 5 power plays. I think that's right. No, they had 4 power plays. I take that back. They had 4 power plays. Didn't score. We had 5 of them didn't score, including a minute and 40 seconds plus on a 5-on-4, or 5-on-3, pardon me. But you know what? I'm not going to take too much away from not scoring on that. Those teams played really hard. Both goalies, oh man, both goalies were on the mark. On the mark. Nico Hoskinen and Jake Allen. Man, Jake Allen played out of his skin. Blues get their first goal of the game at 8:04, an even strength goal from Brendan Shen. In the right place at the right time. Assist from Dunn and Schwartz in the first period. In the second period, at the 6:23 mark, McCachran gets a perfect pass from O'Reilly with Perron helping out there and makes it 2-0. And then comes the controversy. Every game's got to have a controversy. Before we get to there, the shots. The Blues were doing a real good job of controlling shots. They limited Edmonton to 10 in the first and 8 in the second. They took 15 shots in the first period and 19 in the second. Now, they only got 2 goals, but this was some good team defense going on there. But it's the third period that let down. They allowed 18 shots to Edmonton, and at the 18:10 mark, James Neal scores on a pulled goalie. And this goal was challenged for goaltender interference. In my eyes, I felt it was goaltender interference. However, they didn't. The biggest problem I had with this was that as soon as they challenged it, they come back. I mean, there was no wait time. They came out right away and said, so it was kind of to me that they had already determined that it wasn't. And if that was the case, they should have gone up to the coach and said, don't challenge this. You know, I would have rather had that than go on a power play on something you'd already made a determination of. That's my opinion. Also, I wanted to say something about Jake Allen. I've seen some tweets out there, and I know there are people out there that think Jake Allen is nothing more than a backup goalie, and that he is, you know, they don't like him, they hate him. He's had some bad times. He's had some mental mistakes. I get that. But for me, there's 2 things that have happened to Jake Allen in the last year that are really critical. Thing number 1 was Bennington coming up and Allen, during the playoffs, mimicking the opponent's goalie. I think that this, and it showed up very early this year, has helped him in his positioning, in his glove work, and in his eye range, meaning where he's looking for the puck. I thought before he had a very narrow range, and that caused some of the problems. If you look now, his range seems to be a lot wider. His eyes, his head seems to be moving a little bit more. He really seems to be understanding what's going on around him. And that's something I think he picked up watching. The second thing that happened, and I don't remember exactly what game it was, but in an early game this year, Allen gave up a very early, somewhat soft goal. And after this goal, this is what has happened last season, is he gives up this goal, and all of a sudden the team drops down, and they start playing differently, and it's a circle of distrust I talked about. Not this time. As soon as that happens, Ryan O'Reilly, you can see him say it, we got this. We got this. He lifted everybody up. And in doing that, Allen regained his confidence, didn't let that goal bother him, and the Blues end up winning that game. 3 stars of this game were Bouwmeester for the 3rd star, Shen is the 2nd, and absolutely perfectly great choice, Allen is the 1st star. Now, Allen didn't come out for the star interview. I think he didn't say why, but I think he was just really upset with the way the game ended and didn't feel like it was the time to talk. You know what, Jake? No problem, no issue. So let's move on to the game on the West Coast. This game will be at 5:30 Hawaii Standard Time. That means it's going to be at 9:30 St. Louis time. So you guys are all going to be up with me. I love it. let's get to the tail of the tape as the Blues will take on the San Jose Sharks. The Blues right now are 22-8-6 for 50 points. The Sharks are 16-18-2 for 34 points. They are like 6th in their division. They're hurting. They're 6 points out of a playoff spot. Now, if you look at the numbers here, we just faced the #1 power play team in the league. Now we're going to face the #1 penalty kill team in the league. That means that they can be aggressive, and being aggressive means they're going to go and make penalties happen. We have the 9th best power play, and we need to make this penalty kill pay for it. I think we can. Who's hot? Well, on the Blues, David Perron has 3 goals in the last 5 games. Mr. O'Reilly has 5 assists and 5 points. On the Shark side, remember what I did last season? Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark. No bite. Thomas Hertl has 4 goals. Erik Karlsson has 3 assists, and Hertl's also got 5 points to go with that. Or yeah, Hertl's got 4 goals. I think I said that. Okay, so on the San Jose Sharks, Logan Couture is leading the way with 11 goals and 21 assists for 32 points. Evander Kane and Erik Karlsson are also in there with 26. Karlsson's just an assist machine, though. You know, no goals. No, very few goals. On the Blues side of this, David Perron is leading the way with O'Reilly right on his heels. Shannon Swartz following up. Petrangelo's right there. Let's get into the goalies. Martin Jones is the #1 goalie for the Sharks. He is 12-13-1 with a .330 and an .888. I absolutely expect Bennington to start. I know I said that last time and Allen started, but Bennington is 16-6-4 with a .244. Now remember, this is a rematch of the Blues Sharks Western Conference Final, where the Blues were really hitting them hard. So I expect San Jose to come out and hit hard, but I don't think San Jose is going to win. I mean, this is a trap game. Absolutely, a couple days off, West Coast trip, you know, great. This is the one that you think you're going to lose. Actually, it's not. Of this 3-game road trip, we are going to lose one, but this isn't it. You'll find out which one I think we'll lose in an upcoming show. So what do I think is going to happen? Well, could be a hat trick. I think the Blues can exploit this team heavily and can really make that penalty kill work hard. I think the Blues are going to win this game in a runaway 5-0 shutout. You heard it here. Book it. Okay, it is time for About the Fans. I'm going to move quickly through this, but I got a special fan today. If you want to help me out with About the Fan, Tattoo of the Game, or Pet of the Game, here's my contact information. Email me away or send me a message on Facebook. It works. My fan of the game is this beautiful young man. He is 2 days old. This is the youngest fan of the game I've ever had. This is Chase Michael Morton. He is the youngest brother to Jackson and Alex. You all know Jackson. He was born on 18th December of this year. He is an absolute beautiful boy. Man, you're a cutie pie. Chase, thank you for coming into the world and being a Blues fan already. I know your brothers are going to take great care of you. I know your mom and dad will. And Chase, when you're old enough, I look forward to hearing you say, "I'm bleeding blue with you, Hawaii Blues fan." Tat of the game. This tattoo right here is on Nick Statander. Okay, I'm trying that again. Nick Statander. He got this tattoo done at the Ink Box in Fenton by John Cox. Very similar to the last one I had. I love these Stanley Cup tattoos. I love the shading in them. This is a really good tattoo. Nick, thanks for answering my post in the We All Bleed Blue fan group and letting me have this as my tattoo of the game. Now, this beautiful man is a 3-year-old English setter named Gordy. named after Gordie Howe. He may be named after a Detroit Red Wing, but he's definitely a Blues fan. His father, Ryan Shipley, sent me this picture and this information in a post on We All Bleed Blue fan group. Ryan, I want to thank you for letting Gordie be my pet of the game. Well, guys, this has been a great show. It's December 20th. My birthday's 10 days away, and I have a birthday wish. Between now and the end of the year, the 31st, I would love to get one of these videos to get 1,000 views. That's always been my goal, and I've never gotten close. So I'm asking you to share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, and the biggest thing you can do when you see this in the groups, please like it and leave comments. Tell people if you think it's a good show, tell people you think it's a bad show. But when I get comments, I get added views. Your comments in the Facebook groups, not just the Blues Fan Clan, but your comments in Facebook and on YouTube will get my show the recognition I think it deserves. And I know some of you think it deserves. Well, this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, letting all of you know that I am bleeding blue with you, but I'm not alone, right?
My name is Jackson, Hawaii Blues fan, and we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Aloha, mahalo, and I'll see you on the next Blue Note Fan Report.